Now you see why the scriptures say, "For from garments cometh a moth, and from women wickedness." Look at Eve, y'all. I'm gonna start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua Ba'ashem, Baruch HaKodesh. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Shabbat Shalom, peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Now all you gotta do is just see a stilled image of this woman in this video. I mean, just look at the get up. Big ass tattoos all across her chest, blue lipstick. I don't know if that's a blue wig or a blue, I don't know what that is. Them septum rings, which is a sign that she needs to be in a psych ward. Usually women that got those, they always are special kind of bug outs. But these type of women right here, man. All right. And you just see her countenance. And we go to the scriptures, dealing with these women in which the spirit has it to where, brothers are getting on women, and every now and then it happens. But you just have a clear case of these type of women out there, and it's a lot of them out there. And the Most High, He addresses things before He deals with it. All right, and our women, they've went a long time without being addressed, so that's why the hammer is coming down upon them. This is why judgment is going out on a lot of our women, because they still refuse to get in order. All right, the Lord's been long suffering. He's been basically speaking to you, through the prophets. Certain men out there with platforms that have been trying to tell you about yourself, but it just seemed to go through one ear and out the other, and you're just going to continue to harden yourself, clinging on to the tail of the serpent, the snake that you made a pact with since the beginning. So it's going to be a very, very sad day for when your lover, or that old serpent, the devil, which is Satan, goes down, because you're going to go right alongside with him. All right. But anyway, I kind of, vented a little bit, but you're going to see why, because I'm going to play this video. All right. And her countenance alone tells me she's a witch. And according to the scripture, let's get it real quick. Let's go to the book of Exodus. I believe it's 22 and 18. And it says, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live." And because a lot of our women's rebellious behavior and them being defiant and refusing to, fall back in line and get back in order, as women, all right, women of decency, class, all right, women with chasteness, being virtuous. You ain't gonna find that in most of our women, especially here in the Western world. This is what a lot of what you will see. Total rebellion. And guess what? The scriptures say rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. So whether you literally are practicing witchcraft or you just being a rebellious demon, the Lord in his eyes see you as a witch. All right. So anyway, let's play this little clip so you can hear it hear this madness, because basically what I'm seeing with this is Eve is basically telling the Edomite woman, all right, which the Edomite woman, she's always been the most coddled, the most entitled, and she always hid behind the power of her male counterpart. And she did a lot of atrocious things against Israel, but always hid behind her man. And she was also instrumental in tagging along Eve and our women when it came down to her wanting equality and equal power with her man. She went and got you so-called black women, and she spoon-fed you feminism, women's liberation, and totally poisoned and damaged your mind. And here we are today, broken family structure, dysfunctional households, single parent homes, BMs, BDs, bastard children. So here we are. So anyway, listen to Eve, all right? She's basically telling those so-called white women, let us lead. You get behind us, but use your power that you have, but get behind us and we'll lead the way for you. Just listen.
So we all see what has happened with this Roe versus Wade situation. We already knew this was how it was going to go down. Dear white women, listen.
She's a demon. She's a demon. Let me real quick. Let's go to Sirach 25, where it tells you about a wicked woman's countenance. Very dark and demonic, man. And ain't no man dealing with that. That's probably why she's angry and want to lead the pack in rebellion. But you're really rebelling against the Heavenly Father. And the Lord sees you as his enemy. That's why we always quote Micah 7:10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her. Now, the Lord sees you, man. When Eve get together with the serpent, oh man, Kobe and Gasol, Duncan and Ginobili, Stockton and Malone, Eve plus the devil equals evil, man. Because that collaboration that they had in the garden, you know what that led to, death. And it's in this very same chapter. But let me real quick, because I want to read about the countenance of a woman. Because looking at how she looked into the camera like this, she just a clear demon. She looked like a clown, man, like a beast. Y'all remember that show, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast? That's what she looked like, but with blue lipstick on her face, with all them septum rings, and she looks a mess. All right, this is Sirach 25, and I'm gonna read verse 13, and then I'm gonna jump down. It says, "Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman." But verse 16, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon. All right, two wild animals that can destroy you. I'd rather dwell with them than to keep house with a wicked woman. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. That's what you see. That's a darkened countenance right there. So she's up to no good. But let's further listen to Eve.
Your only play in this, if you value your life, is to shut the fuck up.
And this is all about basically self-genocide. This is all about killing off your offspring, all right? Killing off your legacy, murdering the life that comes from within. That's what this is all about. These people are evil. But that goes to show you that we're definitely in Babylon. This society is totally done. Moral decay. This is the land of darkness, where light is as darkness, all right, without any order.
Listen exclusively to Black, brown, and indigenous women, femmes, and non-men.
So this is a woman's thing. Basically, an Israelite woman. She's calling out. Really, she said black, brown, indigenous. That's all the women of the tribes. She's saying this is to all you women, but the men is we leaving them out. This ain't basically we finna have a war with the men. We finna wage war against the men. You see how far gone our women are, man? This is why the Lord is not gonna have no issue with getting a lot of y'all out the way. When we read Ezekiel 9 and 4 on down, you already know what it is. It's gonna be a lot of you. Let me get it. And you sisters are in a good position, man, to not be as your counterparts that are still in the world, that are still, under the cusp of Satan, man. All right, they're literally held captive at Satan's will. They're in total darkness, man. So consider yourself blessed that the Lord broke you from the chains of Shaitan. All right, because a lot of our people still in this world, they're still ensnared by this devil, man, by this beast. Okay, and they have not recovered themselves out of the snare of the devil, who are taken captive by him at his will. Just look at him. Ezekiel 9 verse 4, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go you after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare. All right, don't have no compassion whatsoever. Don't show no pity. All right, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. All right, you femmies. And even you Israelite women that have that femmy mindset, you refuse to submit yourself to the order that the Lord laid. All right, you're to come up under men. This ain't no gender war. You either gonna come up under the order or you not. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. And those men, they're gonna have that hedge of protection. All right. The Lord's gonna, keep those men in his habitation. And they're gonna be the angels gonna have charge over them, and they're gonna be very valuable in that time. Because they're gonna be as a hiding place from all the destruction. And that's when women are gonna start to realize that, and that's when they're gonna start to humble down. When they see so much death and evil and bloodshed, but they see men of the Lord in peace, then they're gonna begin to realize. It says, then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house, because we know the Lord's gonna start with those who know that they Israel. But he gonna get at our nation. Two parts of them are gonna be cut off and die. All right. So we know what's going to happen for a woman like this. All right. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Let's finish this video out. Let y'all hear Eve.
Throw every resource you have and use your privilege to back us in every way. You are a
Okay, what you gonna do? You already said y'all going on a pussy strike. So, all right, what good is that gonna do? What about the women that are married that ain't feminists? They still got husbands. They not about to stop because of you, because you hurt and you ain't getting your way. That shit is gonna go all out the window. They still gonna be out there fucking. Excuse my language, but that's come on, man. Let's be real. You really don't have any power unless the man gives you that power. Right now, there ain't nothing you can do. If Esau, if the serpent decides to give you the power, that's the only time you have power. But he can take that back at any time.
big reason why we are in this mess. From the day Black, brown, and indigenous people had contact, made contact, were forced to interact with the colonizer, we have been fighting back. The freedoms we have now are because of our fight. And
Yeah, and you and since that fight, you led. All right, out of all nations of women, all ethnicities, you lead the charge in a number of babies aborted, the number of children slaughtered from between your legs. You lead the charge in that, being the lesser percentage of the demographic of women. How you feel about that? That's a great accomplishment, huh? You happy about that? You fought for that to cut down the numbers of your own nation. These people are insane, man. And the Lord, hey, the scriptures say the Lord had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt. And this is what you're seeing, man. These people are perverse. As you can see, even the title of this video, more examples of a decayed society. This place is through. And this type of shit is what get attention now. You just throw it up on TikTok.
struggle. And the reason why those freedoms are being taken away is because of you and yours. Like I said, your only play in this is to shut the entire fuck up and put everything, bet on black, bet on brown, bet on indigenous. Put everything you got behind us. Move entirely out of the way and watch us fucking work. You owe us your life. Sings how you've put all of ours in danger.
Oh boy, that's just whew. You got to be out your fucking mind if you would even consider this. I'm talking to you men. I would question your sanity. I would check your temperature if you find anything good in this type of soul right here. All right. Sirach 25 And 19, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. And let me jump down. Verse 23, a wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman like that, she would kill a man without even having to, do anything physical to him. She would just stress him the hell out, do all type of evil against him until his heart actually gives out. You have a heart attack or something, man, die of depression. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress make weak hands and feeble knees. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. All right, and you can understand that because this right here has been leading our people, our communities for a minute now. As it says in Isaiah 3 and 12, children are oppressors and women rule over them. And they would not want to have it any other way. And you go back to the beginning, after she did what she did in the garden, the Lord had to put that decree out that her desire shall be to her husband and he shall rule over her. But when you look in the other translation, it really says that she will desire to rule over you. She will seek to control you, but he will not allow that to happen. You will rule over her. And that's been an order that was set since she allowed the serpent to beguile her, being the weaker vessel. So you led of this. This is the reason why your nation is in shambles. And the men fucking dropped the ball badly. But it's a good thing that men are starting to slowly but surely rise back to the occasion. Because you men, us, I'll say us as a collective, we've been losing. Time to man up. All right. This society is a failing society, and it's collapsing. This empire is collapsing. So we're gonna see these people act out and truly reveal themselves for the demonic souls that they are. And then the judgment comes. So I just have to do a video on this just to show an example. And this is why judgment is coming in a very swift fashion. All right, this is why cannibalism, grape, I'm gonna put the G in the front, just so they don't censor me. But this is why women are being attacked. This is why you're lonely right now, and you don't know what to do, seeing that the cost of living is shooting up, and there's no man willing to shack up with you and help you with that. You did this to yourself. Now it's you by yourself, or it's you with your kids. And you ain't gonna know what to do when the power go out. There's no food in the stores. It's not safe outside. You can't have access to any emergency services. I'm gonna end off with that, man. I had to, get, this is kind of like a vent, but this is really a response to this, man. Because I just clicked on it and it vexed me. All right, but we know that the Most High, he has more patience than we have. But we know that even though he's slow to anger, he's great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. And that goes for the wicked of our own people. All right. The Lord's going to bring vengeance. He's going to judge his people, especially our wicked as women. Eve, So with that, I'm gonna close. I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai. Until the next lesson, Shalom.